I am hot. I don't know where my glasses are. Am I live? I don't even know. I still don't know how to work this thing. I did tap in to do like a real quick late night chat because I've been asleep all day. I wonder who's still awake with me. Who's up? Who's not? Anybody out there chilling tonight? Who's awake? Who's partying? Who's up? Who's asleep? Who's got to work tomorrow? That's what Dee Dee wants to know. What's up, Blitzen? Yeah, I did have to pop in live real quick. I don't even know if my sound is on. So, because I'm new to this whole live thing. Look, I'm trying to learn how to work my lives and stuff. Hey, check that out. See, I know how to do that now. Okay, I am on. Cool. So I'm sitting here. Look, I'm still sitting here like going over these election. Oh, they got a new projection coming up. Who is it? What is it? Wait, let's see. New Mexico goes to Miss Harris. I'm still utterly shocked at the see, look, I'm learning something new every day. I'm still utterly shocked at how they didn't boot every single one of these House Republicans out and allowed them to stay in office. I definitely would have voted every single one of them out, because this last 4 years has been like, I just saw the Senate is 41 to 50. Oh, it went off. But the House is 191 to 157. Out of every single House, every single Congress, this has been the most useless Congress in history, where they got absolutely nothing done for the people. Just nothing. They spent more time on Hunter Biden, like, who really gives a rat's fart about Hunter Biden? And they spend so much time on our taxpayer. How much do they make a year? $100,000 a year to get nothing done for the people. And you guys voted them back in. Oh, in Pennsylvania, it looks like Harris is like climbing back up, because if she loses Pennsylvania, it's over. She can pack her bags and just say, it was really nice to do this. I don't know how to take it off. Oh, well, I guess it just sits up there. Oh, I don't know. Look, I'm still new to this. Anyway, so I just want to tap on and just see what anyone else was feeling. I know everybody went live. Everybody's celebrating. They're so happy about this election. I guess the Democrats said it ain't over till it's over. I'm looking at these. They got Harris climbing back in Pennsylvania, but they still have Trump up. She went home for the night, because it's like 1 o'clock and on the East Coast, trying to listen. I slept all day. Blitzen, we were supposed to do this shot for shot each state. I did get my so I could have my shots. I just kind of slept all day. I do have my leg. I do have my, yeah. Hey, Randy, I am live. I was just saying to Blitzen, I slept all day. I was supposed to do this a whole lot earlier. But I said, me and my son were supposed to do this like every time Trump or Kamala took a state. We were supposed to take shots. I was supposed to be Trump. I'd have been really drunk by now. See? But I was asleep. I am not in my normal seat because I have a busted, fractured knee with 12 stitches in it. So I'm doing it from my bed. So because I did promise to come on live today. So do we have another projection? No, we don't. It's 194 Harris, 246 for Trump. And I know every Trump supporter is out there. What is it said? Wait, let me see what Blitzman said. He said I'd have had some take vodka the way it's looking. I think that Patron would have got you there a whole lot faster. So, oh yeah, Randy, I haven't told a lot of people like why I kind of been like in the chat. You don't see me saying too much because I'm taking Motrin and some synthetic. I don't take narcotics, so some kind of synthetic pain reliever for my knee. So if you don't see me in the comments too much, it's because I'm in a lot of pain. So yeah, I got 12 stitches. My whole knee is swollen. It's elevated right now. So I'm doing the show from my bed. So I just didn't want a whole bunch of during the shows like, oh, Didi, are you okay? I'm surviving. I'm still bedridden. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll be out the bed and able to do some moving around. But my son came over and yelled at me today because I had locked my door so I can go to sleep. He was like, you are not an adult. Do not lock your door. So obviously I got a broken shoulder. I got a messed up knee. So I am not an adult anymore. I am a child who cannot walk straight. Look, I would not pass if I drove. I would not be able to pass one of those tests. Yeah, because I can't keep my balance. So not being able to keep my balance is how I fell and messed up my whole knee. Like I won't show anyone the pictures. They are so utterly icky. But like once it's stitched up, it doesn't look as bad as like when it was like exposed. So thank you. Yeah, no more locked doors. I actually have that dog in my backyard. It's like a lot of people don't have that dog, but we have that. Whenever someone asks me about my dog, I always say it's the no more locked doors dog. So yes, I did go live. My son just popped in. He kept asking me, "You gonna go live?" Because I was just laying here. So, but I did want to touch upon. I know that everyone is celebrating so far, but Harris done sit out in a message saying it ain't over till it's over. So she got a few more states she's waiting on. But you know, I had told somebody, and I don't know if it was Big D or not, or I don't know who it was, but I said it doesn't matter her color. Men were not ready to vote for a woman. It didn't matter what her policies was. It didn't matter what she was saying. They were just not ready for a woman. I knew that going in. So I never, I'm an independent. I never thought I was to see a woman finally like give a woman her credence. Like I said with my son with Hillary, there's no way a woman, I don't care what color she is. It wasn't because of her color. Nobody is ready to see a woman out there telling anyone, what to do or being the head of anything. So no more locked doors. No. Yeah, I love that movie too. That movie is hilarious. So, and no one to know what kind of job she could have done or would have done. Well, it's not over till it's over. Like she sent her memo out to everyone, but I think they underestimate us women. I don't think they give women enough credit of what we could do or how strong we could be. They kind of treat us as, I guess I shouldn't be talking with a messed up knee and a broken arm, but they don't give us enough credit for how strong that we are. And what we can't do. They always say women don't start wars, but every war has been started by a man. Thank you, Randy. So, but it goes. But I said, hey, the next 4 years, I'm gonna have some great videos because, and I'm not trying to be mean to anybody because I was having a great conversation with my father-in-law today. He's in his 80s. I just think there should be an age limit on, Biden said some old man. I'm gonna be careful what I say. He said some grandpa things, and you got Mr. Trump up there saying some grandpa things, and we just have to. There should just be an age limit on where you can run for anything. There's an age limit on how young you could be. There should be an age limit on how old you could be because, they get up in age, they start getting crotchety. There's a couple of times you saw Biden come back, crash you like, what you say? And you see the same thing happening to Mr. What does he have? 240 something. You know, he's as crotchety as the other one is. He's as forgetful as the other one is. You know, it just comes to a certain age. I just don't want you in control. I don't want, like, we took the car keys away from Abuelita because it got to a point where, like, oh, she's dangerous. Take them car keys away. You know, because she running up on curves and she calling people by wrong names. She called my poor son Brandon for years, and we're like, he is not Brandon. You know, we just gotta be. I don't know, but we will see. I want to touch in. I wish that hey, I wish my son. I really did want to play the drinking game, so I'm gonna save my tequila. We gotta play a drinking game. We gotta come on and do a fun drinking game on my late night chats. Didi doesn't really drink too much on these shows. I get a little silly. I get a little goofy. I get to giggling too much, or I get a little sleepy. So, but I saw everyone going live earlier today, and you know, I don't like the criticism when people start criticizing someone for their politics, to start calling them names. That's the one thing I really can't stand, when you start criticizing somebody or calling them names for their beliefs in whoever they voted for, who they chose to vote for. We got to stop with the ugliness. That's just mean spirited. You can say what you want to say about who you voted for. Just don't call people names. You know, you could agree to disagree, but when you start calling somebody out their names, and I think you went too far with it, because I don't. That's just way too far. Definitely 35. Let me see. I'm gonna try to see. I don't have my. I couldn't find my glasses. Definitely 35 to 65 should be a requirement. I agree. We should have some type of age limit. So I'm new at this. When's the voting into? Well, you know what? They said people are still voting. Like in Nevada, they haven't even closed the doors yet. So we're not going to get what Nevada's outcomes are going to be, because and some of these college students waited till today to register to vote. So in some of these college states, they're still voting and they haven't stopped the counting. But if Pennsylvania, if Trump wins in Pennsylvania, it really doesn't even matter, because that will take him to 270. So everybody is waiting on Pennsylvania, and I don't know if they're going to wait to announce Pennsylvania, because like they did with Arizona 4 years ago, everybody was upset that they called Arizona before all the other numbers were in. So I don't know if they're going to hold back those numbers until the other states catch up, just to try to make it seem more fair, because they were heated when they called Arizona last 4 years. So I think they're going to try to hold off on that Pennsylvania count. No, we don't. If you vote for Nazi, I'm calling you out your neck. Well, I'm not going to call anyone out their name, because if you call me out my name, I'm going to be highly upset. So, I mean, I don't like the rhetoric that comes out of that side's mouth. Like, you got upset when she agreed that he was not a Marxist. What did she call him? Whatever. I can't think of what she called him. They asked, was he a fascist? And she said, yes, he is. Yes, he is. But he had called her a fascist, a Marxist, stupid. Like, he called her out. That's why I say I don't like it. He called this lady out her name so many times. And I don't believe it. Stop calling this lady out her name. Stop calling her everything but the child of the Most High. So that's the part that I don't like. Don't do that. You know, and then the first time, like, and then if she says anything back, then she's the worst person that ever walked this earth. But how many times did he call her? He even called her mother and her father out their names. So, like, if you don't want it done to you, don't do it. Don't do it to her. Because the minute she did it back, then we're writing letters and we're just totally disgusted. How dare she do that? So, you know, we gotta don't dish it out if you can't take it. Like, don't call people garbage and trash, and the minute someone says, well, if that's what we are, that's what you are. Oh, how dare he say those things? Well, you just called a whole bunch of people that. So we got to watch the words that come out of our mouths. You got to watch what you say if you don't like those things coming back to you. Let me see. I can't read the small one, so I got to put it up. I just want someone that keeps their word. Exactly. Like, if you say you're going to do something, follow through on that. So, and that's the thing that I have to give to I don't want to use any anything in front of. I always like to call him Grandpa Joe or things like that. He said that he was going to do the debt relief on student loans. And even when they told him no, he was like, well, I already told these people I'm about to relieve their student loans. So he went above and beyond them and said, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And that's exactly what he did. He kept his word on that. Even though I have some issues with some of the things that he did, I'm not like, I ain't got no pom-poms because he did a lot of things that I don't agree with. But the things that he did do, I agree with. He said, he is the only president that put women of color as judges. And you know, when you do that, then when you have people like, I've never been in front of a judge except for traffic, but when you get people that look like us that go in front of a judge and then they see someone that looks like us, it's just not all old Caucasian men. You know, you get all old people that have never been in trouble, don't know anything about their family members being in trouble, and then you get a judge that kind of looks like you. So Joe was the only person that put women of color on the Supreme Courts, on the federal courts, on any court level. He is the only one. Not one other president ever did it, not even Obama. So you got to he made that promise and he did it. So, and that's why you have the one Ketanji Brown. She's a Supreme Court because he promised to put a woman of color. He promised to put women of color throughout the whole court system. And I think it's like 40 of them that he put on there. So he did keep his word on that. So, I mean, like some of the other stuff he did, I don't agree with, but that's neither here nor there. So, because he stepped down, so which was a good thing. Him stepping down was a good thing. I don't know, Ms. Harris came up with some good policies, but putting a woman, do you think the world was ready for a woman? But you know what? Honestly, I didn't think the world was ready for a black president, and Obama won. So she might still pull it out. I don't know. That's a good thing, girl. Yeah, exactly. You know, and we want to see women start succeeding in this world. We want to see women start climbing that ladder. And so I want to see, like, it would have been nice to see, you know, like in my lifetime to see a woman like succeed and make it to the top of this, because I mean, how many presidents? We're at president 47 and it's never been a woman. I mean, we got a woman vice president, but vice presidents don't do anything but do ribbon cuttings and what do they do? And people always like, VP this one. I want you to name a vice president that did anything. The only reason why we know Pence is because they ran around singing Hang Mike Pence, or you wouldn't even know him. Vice presidents don't do anything until they run for president. Like, you know, so I'm not trying to be mean to vice presidents, but I was telling Monica, there's this show called Veep that used to be on HBO, and it is the funniest show ever. She's the girl from Seinfeld, and you know, she's already funny, but she's the VP and she's like the first woman VP, and every time she thinks that she's gonna get something good to do, and like they call her in and she's like, oh, finally, and then it's like something dumb, like they go send her out to do something dumb and she's like, dang it. So like, and then the president ends up in the hospital and she's all excited, like, oh, so I'm gonna be president for like a day. And they were like, oh no, never mind, he's gonna do all the work from his hospital bed. And she's like, darn it. So it's like a funny thing about like VPs that like they do nothing. Their office is so far away from the president. It's like in a whole different building. So it was done long before Harris was the VP, which made it so funny. So now when people asked about the VP, I was like, go watch that television show on HBO. Hilarious, because it really shows you like VPs ain't nothing. They're there to ribbon cutting ceremonies, to stand there behind the president when he's giving announcements. They don't get to do nothing at all, except for stand there, and they're lucky they don't make them hold the umbrella when it's raining. So they give vice presidents way too much credit. So you see, I never got why it matters what sex they are if they got a brain. That's what I say. You know, and that's why I had to tell somebody, stop calling that lady stupid. Like, you know, I have this thing with prosecutors because my brother been sitting in prison for 18 years because of a dirty prosecutor. But that lady, one thing I said, I'll never bear false witness. That lady is not dumb. That lady was a really good prosecutor. She didn't just lock up, oh, she locked up a bunch of our people. No, she locked up everybody. She was really good at her job. Now, if you read my book, it'll tell you some of the things that she did. I don't think that was really copacetic, but she was good at her job in locking you up. She was good against going against Obama, saying, no, I'm not letting you bail out all these lenders that stole all these houses, and she won that case. She was good at locking up SA traffickers. She was good at her job. You can't tell me this lady is dumb. When she passed the bar, she was a district attorney. She was the DA. She was attorney general. She was a senator. And if you ever seen her on that Senate, because I like to watch all the Senate's live, so I don't get that extra stuff that they give you, the little clickbait things. No, if you seen her on pushing those questions as a senator, you like, girl, no one is on trial. What are you doing? That lady is not dumb. And no matter how I feel about prosecutors, I'm not going to bear false witness and say she's stupid, because she was not. So at all. Oh yeah, I wrote two. Wait. Give me a second, because I got to reach and I got a broken arm because my books are over here. I always try to keep them close. I actually have like 13, 14 books, but these are my nonfictions. Sorry. The girl's in pain. This is my first political book. I wrote it because I got tired of all the misinformation. This was on when Trump, Biden ran, and Kamala was this was when it's enough, because I was tired of the nonsense and all the misinformation. Look at this book. So that was my first one. And this is my second one. But yeah, I'm an author. I usually write fiction, but these are my nonfictions. And this was this election. It's a little smaller because I had to take a lot of the Biden stuff out because he dropped out. So, and this one is facts, not fiction. Let's start with all the fiction and your feelings and your emotions. And people get mad at me because I fact check you on the truth. Like, I'm an independent, so I will fact check you both ways. So they love when I fact check you on Harris, but they don't like you when I fact check you on Trump. So but I don't care who you are. The same thing, like I said, one more person tells me that I'm like, puts me with Gavin Newsom. Whoever said I am not a Democrat? I never said I was. Ooh, go Gavin. You ain't never heard me say that. Ever. I may have said one or two things like the man can balance a budget. He can get my checkbook and balance mine. And I said, it's about time he's getting homeless people off the streets. That'll make me a cheerleader, because he's done some crooked stuff also. And he shouldn't be a Democrat because he does more for rich people and covers up for rich people than he does for poor people. So I never said, you never heard me get aligned with not one politician. I've never been like, go. Well, I do like Chris Christie. My son always be like, you don't stop saying that. Chris Christie, I like him. He's funny. So, and if you lying, I'm gonna tell you lying. I don't care who you are. If you tell the truth, I'm like, he did that. He's telling the truth. So, and there are some things that Trump did do. Like right now, you have Scam Likely. That's your boyfriend, right? Scam Likely, he calls you more than your husband, your boyfriend, your sister, your mama. When Trump was in office, he stopped those calls. You notice for 4 years, you didn't get those calls because Trump nipped that in the bud. You want me to say, oh, no, Trump didn't do it? Yeah, he did. And now after he left office, everybody is Scam Likely, huh? You scared to answer the phone because you don't know who it is. So, yeah. So if Trump did something good, I'm going to tell you, yeah, I can't deal with them. And I can't deal with the lies because I don't, like, sometimes my mom always knew I was lying as a kid because I'll pause. I'll be like, and try to think of what I need to say. Or I can't remember it. So when you tell a lie, you got to remember the lie you told, to tell a lie on top of the lie, or try to remember what you told. So it's just not worth it to me. Sometimes I hurt people's feelings, or people get mad at me because I might not tell you your baby is unattractive. I might say, oh, so look at him. Oh, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. But just, people just tell the dumbest lies. You know what I mean? So Okay. Like if you want to come on the show and talk to me, just talk to me. Like if you think, hey, Judy's so cute. I love that raspy voice. Come on and do that. But don't come make stupid comments. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you need to go see a doctor. You feel me? So yeah, and you got to be yourself at all times. That's me. I can't be somebody else. Whenever you try to be somebody else, then you end up being phony. And you may not like me because I am who I am, and that means the Lord don't want you in my life. That's just I am who I am all the time. And sometimes, people, and then some people expect me to be this happy-go-lucky, goofy girl all the time, but sometimes I'm not. And sometimes I have to stop you. Like if you go too far, you step on my toes, I might have to. And I don't say a lot of words. I'm like, hey, yeah, knock that off, because yeah, Dee Dee don't play that. Like I just did to whoever made the dumb comment. So, and then I push it. Yeah, I just push it on, because like sometimes if I have I'm not always in Dee Dee mode. Sometimes, especially if I don't feel good. Like if I'm in pain, like I have to tell my son sometimes, look, I don't feel good. I'm in pain. I need you to go sit down somewhere. I don't feel like being in a good mood. Because no one's in a good mood 100%, 100% of the time. Or you said something offensive to me, and I have to say, hey, we're gonna stop this conversation right now because I took offense to what you're saying. So let's just stop. And then I'm not giggly. But most of the times I can, like when I fell and broke my arm, I started laughing like, oh my gosh, I think I broke my arm. Something is definitely wrong. So I don't take a lot seriously. I don't get mad at a whole lot of people. Just I don't have those kind of issues. Because if you get mad or you hold on to anger, it makes you old, and it makes you old fast. And I'm not trying to look like abuela. My mom stayed young. When I started having grandkids, because I had grandkids young, my mom was abuelita, so I was like, abuelita, you gotta give me abuelita, and you get to be abuela. She was like, no. I was like, no. What you mean, no? She was serious, like, no. I was like, oh, abuelita, you ruthless, because even I started calling her ruthless. You ruthless. So I was like, my mom was crazy. So, oh shoot. The craziest thing is I didn't think it was like bad. I kind of thought I like snapped it out of socket, but no, I literally like broke it. I broke it in like a circle. Like the doctor's like, how do you break it in a circle? I fell on water bottles, like the case of water bottles. My dog who's sitting right here, I should have sent him back to the pound. He zipped between my legs. And I trying not to fall on him, I fell on the water bottles because he's but 12 pounds and broke it. I mean, broke it good. And then when I fell on my knee because I didn't have any hands to break my fall, my arm broke my fall. So then I added a fracture to it. So it's broken and fractured. I was like, only in the wonderful world of Dee Dee. Like only me. So I was like, yeah, it was crazy. So I'm waiting for the specialist to see, because if you look real close, the bone still pokes out. And then like when my husband has to change it, and because I have to take this off to change my clothes, and that bone pokes out, and he's like, ah! This is a grown man that used to gang bang. He'd be like, ah! I was like, you on, it hurts. What you on for? It's so funny. Oh, hilarious. So, um, about everything, my kids get mad. Oh yeah, I know my sons. Yeah, I have all sons. I was blessed to just have all sons. Are they calling Arizona? They can't call Arizona yet. I keep. Oh, that's the Senate still. They got 51 in the Senate. I still keep wondering. Oh, Carrie Lake. I didn't think Carrie Lake was gonna win. Carrie Lake is so funny to me. Like I was like, how are you running for Senate when you said you were governor? That lady is hilarious. So, but Arizona to me is like a toss up. Like I never know what's going to happen in Arizona. But I still don't understand how they didn't kick everybody out the House and the Senate. I'd have kicked everybody out because y'all didn't do nothing for 4 years. You didn't pass a bit. I think they passed two, but you didn't do nothing for the people. You didn't even pass a budget for 4 years. Like, how in 4 years you people don't pass a budget? What did we pay you for? So, and you know how much they get paid? Like 170 some $1,000 a year. You know what I could do with 170 something? It's funny because I used to make like $98,000 a year when I was working. And I didn't realize how much money I make until you sit down and get your taxes done. They tell you how much you owe. And I was like, when did I make this kind of money? Like you don't realize it. But when you think about that I thought that was really good money, because I had 5 kids. They didn't really want for anything. I had 1, 2, 3. I had a 4-bedroom house, 2 cars. They were living a nice life. They didn't want for anything. But can you imagine making 170 some $1,000 a year, and then you don't do nothing, and then you get to take a whole month off here, and then you get to leave for this, and you complain, and you can't get anything done? Yeah, I think all of them should have been fired. All of them, every single one of them, because y'all didn't get nothing done. And then you put everything in standstill because you fired the house. What is it? I was trying to get comfortable. I don't know. I thought that was the most. All of them needed to go. And I think even in the House and the Senate, you got these 60 and 70-year-old senators and House representatives. Why are y'all people still there? You 70 years old. And then I hear them, because I like to watch the Senate. The hearings. And those old men say the craziest things, like, are you for real? And I like Maxine Waters also because, that's the district I live in. Maxine Waters, I could walk to. She does a lot of things for this community as far as schools. She puts up a lot of money for after school things and helping you get your degrees and things like that. Because my stepson went over there and got I'm trying to get my lighting right. So, but I still think she needs to go. You're too old. You say some bad shit, crazy things, but I won't take away from the money that she brings back to this community. Like I said, I live in the heart of the hood. When I'm telling you Maxine Waters is my senator or House representative, I don't know what she is. She's one of those things. And she does a lot of good things for this community. But I still think there should be an age limit on her too. She needs to go. So everybody looking sad. That's Trump supporters. Why y'all looking bad? He's one state away from winning. I guess they nervous too because she still got that blue wall thing going. I don't know, but it's gonna be an interesting 4 years. I said no matter who won, I said it was gonna be an interesting 4 years. But it's like I said, Trump's gonna bring me a lot of videos, and people are gonna get mad at me when I say I told you so. Like the things that he has planned, I told you so. My mom's an immigrant. I still have my mom's green card. She's straight from Cuba. So, and I have cousins that you start getting nervous from when you start saying mass deportation. My cousins have never been to Cuba. My mom is gone. I don't have to worry about her. My uncles I don't have to worry about them. Some of my cousins I haven't met because, they're in New York or Florida. But you still get nervous, because that mass deportation, it makes you nervous. That's scary to me. So, and that's just not for, my Cuban relatives. I don't have to worry about my grandkids, but my grandkids are half Mexican, so what if you make a mistake? You pulling people over, you pull over my daughter-in-law and you start asking her for her papers, and my grandkids are in the car. That's scary, so it's going to be a scary world just because what you say and do, like my family, like I said, I'm half Cuban. I got grandkids that are half Mexican. My granddaughter, I have another granddaughter that's half Puerto Rican. So my family is a bundle. We're brown and black. I say that all the time. So especially with my grandkids. So it's going to be a little scary just on that point. And then when you say police have full immunity, that's even, you just gave them, I have all my sons. One son looked like he's straight from Puerto Rico. He just looked, people walk up to him and just start talking Spanish. He'd be like, wait a minute. But that's just, you could just pull my son over for no reason at all. And one of my sons got pulled over. You had 2 sons in the car and my grandson, they pulled them over because they thought they kidnapped my grandson. So Eric at the time is 23. He was like 12 in the backseat of a cop car. So these things are scary. They make me nervous. When you said why I didn't want Trump in office, these were the reasons. because you scare me. I have sons, and they, my sons have all been raised on how to speak to police officers. They're not the type to get shot while talking to a police officer, but now you give them free realm to stop them anytime you want to, and that's scary. What's up, JoJo? LB? Oh, I told you the one arm, JoJo. I thought I had perfected it. I'm doing the show from my bed. I told you I'm bedridden. So I just wanted to pop on live real quick and say hello. Because I told you I was going to I told everyone I was going to do the show all night, and I didn't. But look, JoJo. I was going to party tonight. But I'm not. So, let me see. Look, JoJo, I'm learning how to be G Lucy. And Crusted. I saw Crusted today. Crusted was getting some beers today. I had just woke up. I haven't sleep all day. I was like, hey, shot. So I might bust this open and take me a shot tonight. So I didn't plan on staying on super long. I just wanted to pop in and talk about how useless all these House and senators are, because I said we should have fired them all. So, and give my little 2 cents on. I'm gonna have a whole lot of. JoJo, I said I knew wasn't nobody gonna vote for a woman. So, and I guess I got a lot more videos. I got a whole bunch of please make it make sense to me videos to make. So I love those. So my make it make sense. I had one on that fighter. I never was able to edit and put up because I kept making the fighter that lost his belt for all the racist rants that he was making. I said, if he don't stop drinking and using drugs, because that boy, no, even his dad was like, I don't know where he came from. You. So that was my first video that I had done, and then I had started putting other ones up. So, oh yeah, you got the 6. Yeah, you got the 6 battleground states, and Trump has a big margin in all of them but one, Arizona, which is kind of odd. But Michigan is weird. Like, you would think that Michigan would go for her. So, but we'll see tomorrow. We're not going to get an answer till tomorrow. So, but I just want to pop on and say hola. Hello, I'm going to do more late night chats when all this dies down, because I'm really tired. I mean, like 1,000 people went live today, and I told my son I'm gonna sit back because everybody is enjoying this. I people don't like me because I tell the truth on everything. I don't care which part of you from, but I want to pop on because I said I was gonna do a live tonight. And I'm gonna try to do these like once a week. When like either after G shows or when he doesn't have a show, because we didn't have a show tonight, so I was gonna come on earlier. So it is, but I knew it was going to be close like this. Like everyone's like, it's going to be a sweep. And I knew every state, win or lose, whoever won it was within the margin of error. 2 points, 1 point, and nothing was a landslide. And I knew that. And you still got 5 states out. Like I said, I'm not saying nothing. I said that who's going to win? I kept saying, I don't know. Don't have me calling nothing. And I'm still at the same point. When you wake up in the morning, it's something different. You're going to say, oh, it was cheat. No, they kept telling you. These 5 states are what's going to call it. And I knew that from the beginning. Go watch my video on the Electoral College. We can all go out and vote, but you're going to see it's 6 states that call the election. It's your Electoral College, which is racist. I don't know what. They need to get rid of the Electoral College because they came up with the Electoral College during slavery. Yeah, so why are we still using the Electoral College when you created that when slaves was legal? When it was legal to have a slave, you came up with the Electoral College. Don't you think it's time to abolish that? I'm just asking the question. Y'all need to make it make sense to me, because it doesn't. I'm utterly confused. Why you don't just go with the popular vote? Because then if you went with the popular vote, by the end of the night, you would know who won the election. You wouldn't have to wait for the electorals to come in. That's some hogwash to me. So I don't get it. So, but it's crazy because they said the exit polls, he just said immigration, which made me look up. That wasn't even America's first concern. It was the economy. And then for women, it was, I think, the economy. It was the democracy, economy, and abortion. Those are the top three things people were concerned with, not immigration. That was not even in the top five. It was down at the second to the bottom. So all that immigration, people weren't concerned with that. They were concerned with democracy, where their money is going, and then women's rights. So those are the top three concerns. So we need to pay attention. A lot of times we don't listen to what people are talking about. And I think that's why a lot of candidates lose, because you're not listening to what we want, what we need, what we're talking about. So, pay attention. So, I listen. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm about to tap up out of here. I'll save it. Anyone wants to go back and listen, I'll be a little more exciting when I'm not in. My leg isn't boosted in the air, and my arm ain't swollen and bruised. It's still bruised, and I have to move a certain way. But I did want to tap in because last week I said I was going to tap in today, and I like to keep my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I like to do it. I was just going to tap in. Me and my son were supposed to play a game. Every time Trump won, I was supposed to take a shot. Every time Kamala won, he was supposed to take a shot. So we were going to be batshit drunk by the end of the show. But I slept all day. Your girl was tired. So it's me, Dee Dee. I will be back again every week. I don't know which days. I'll start posting it when I'm going to come on with a late night chat with Dee Dee. So I'll see. Hey, I might pop back on tomorrow and record all the celebrations that are going on, or destruction. Hopefully it's not destruction, and get people's point of views on how they feel about how tonight went, So, and then I will have a lot more Make It Make Sense when I can start recording again. I can't set anything up with one hand, so it's hard to record. And I don't want to do a Make It Make Sense from the bed. I just promised that I would tap in tonight. So, love you, JoJo. See you, Randy Jean. And I don't know, Blitzen, if you still out there. So, bye, y'all. Peace. The Republicans in charge of every branch of government in this country. And not to raise this vector, but it is possible that if Donald Trump wins another term, if that